All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Nanpriya Narmada Mataji, Om Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumar Leela Sittam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. Dandavad Pranam. Please accept my beloved obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Mataji, Dandat Pranam. All glories to
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Jai Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji and Sushmita Mataji. Please accept humble obeisances, both of you, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Please, welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Are there any other devotees who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Guru Maharaj. All Krishna Sambhavi, this is Mohini Lakshmi Lecture.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances and unto you and all of the devotees in the call. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Leela Devidasi from Iowa, United States.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Leela Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Delaware.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. This is Kamadati Dasi from Baltimore. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, and all the devotees. Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadaki Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 3, slokas from 2 to 10. Yeah, before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Aditi Mataji to go ahead and give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Mataji, please take over.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances, and I would like to introduce you. We are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji in our midst this morning, and this is a brief introduction for him. His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, he has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating for lots of projects. For example, he donated the deities in Philadelphia temple, and he made 3,000 temple units that serve as an altar in the villages. He also served as temple president of ISKCON, New Jersey for 15 years. He is known for his simplicity and humility. He is now an initiating guru in ISKCON. Thank you, Mataji. Over to you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the introduction. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. Welcome to the call.
And pranam to everyone who is on this call. So we'll Mangala Charan that we will speak. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shlakaya Chakshuran Militan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhestam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Kesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nastaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloker Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So I will give you the contest about this verses that we will be covering 9 verses. The topic of today is Hiranyakashipu his plan to become immortal. Into 7th chapter 3 text number 2 to text number 10. So Yudhishthir Maharaj asked Narad Muni why Hiranyakashipu was envious of his own son Prahlad. So then Narad Muni narrates this story by explaining how Hiranyakashipu had become a staunch enemy of Lord Vishnu. It's a very, very envious and inimical. So Hiranyakashipu, when he was killed by Lord Vishnu in form of Varaha, his brother Hiranyakashipu became extremely angry and began to lament. And then these are the verses that we're reading. Text number 2. Satepe mandaradronyam tapah paramadarunam urdhvahur nabho drasti padang bhusta sitavanihi. In the valley of Mandara Hill, Hiranyakashipu began performing his austerities by standing with his toes on the ground, keeping his arms upward and looking up toward the sky. This position was extremely difficult, but he accepted it as means to attain perfection. Perfection, material perfection, to get the boons, so he could become immortal, or at least he could be equal or greater than Brahma. So that was his thoughts. So he's doing austerity, which is very, very severe austerity. He was standing on his toes, tip of the toes, just like Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill on the nail of the little finger of the left hand. So he was also standing on the toes with the arms raised, and his head was looking up, which is also difficult to take care of the raised hands and all this, and that was going on for 1,000 years. So when this was happening, one parrot was coming, and parrot was shouting, Hare Krishna. So when he was shouting like this many times, he got very much disturbed. He came home, and so he met his wife, and so they had union at that time when he came home. And because of this, he was narrating, just saying, just the purity, even one time, just saying Hare Krishna. Then she became pregnant with a devoted child. So devoted child was because, and that was the plan of Indra, and they sent the parrot to just shout all the time, continuously, and he got very much disturbed. But later on, he was not disturbed. He was just standing there and just Om Brahmane Devaya, Om Brahmane Devaya. He was just chanting that to Brahma. And so, and what happens, it would be given. So, we read text number in the very text number 2. Now, text number 3. Jata Didhi Timi Reje Samvartarka Ivan Shubhi Tasmins Tapas Tapyamane Deva Sthanani Bhejire. From the hair on the Hiranyakashipu's head, there emanated an effulgent light as brilliant and intolerable as the rays of the sun at the time of dissolution. Seeing the performance of such austere penances, the demigods who had been wandering throughout the planets now returned to their respective homes. So they were acting, going out, but they could not tolerate this so much sun, so much heat, so much light. It was like the sun rays coming, and it was very intolerable. And that was coming, it was brilliant, that light was coming from the head of this Hiranyakashipu. So they returned because they were disturbed. They could not really tolerate the heat. So they came to their home to get some, because home is made. So there is, like we come when there is too much cold, we come inside the home, if too much hot in the sun, that so we come home. So they also came home, these demigods, and but they were afraid and they did not know what is happening. They could not really see, but that rays were coming from the head of the this Hiranyakashipu. Text 4. Tasya Murdhana Samudbhutah Sadhumognis Tapomayah Tirya Gurva Madho Lokan Pratapadvishwa Giritah. Because of Hiranyakashipu's severe austerities, fire came from his head, and this fire, and it's a smoke, is spread throughout the sky, encompassing the upper and lower planets, which all became extremely hot. So we could see there is global warming. So at that time there was much more than global warming, and not just on this one planet Earth, but it was on upper and lower planets all over, so much heat. So one may say, how this could happen? Just he was doing austerity, he was standing. Why there is so much fire, so much heat? So fire and heat, they are, you may say, they are different. You cannot say fire is the cause of the heat. Heat is not the cause of the fire. So we should, Krishna is the cause of all the jivas. So they are not equal. So anyway, just when Dhruv Maharaj was doing this, he was only breathing, like initially he was eating some leaves and some berries, and later on he stopped. And but the end, last is 3 months, he was breathing only like say once in a month, once in 3 months. So he was very, so because of the austerity, there is inside whatever is there, he was, and the outside, they become all one. In the Brahman, whatever the air is there. So there was air, nobody could breathe at that time when Dhruv Maharaj was doing that kind of austerity. And because Brahmanda air, or here the Brahmanda heat or sun, they become with Hiranyakashipu, they become same as the what is there with the Hiranyakashipu. So Dhruv Maharaj also could do. Anybody who is doing severe austerity, then such things happen, that Brahmandas inside and outside becomes, inside the person who is doing this austerity and outside become one and the same. Otherwise, why by his breathing is very minimal. Why everybody was suffocating at that time? So Krishna has made this arrangement. So now that way one can see, one can find the cause, what is there. Just like we have, say, some disease. So there is some fever, coughing, or pain, and that is a pre-indication that there is something, some organ is getting failure, some problem, so we could take care of this. And so this is the Hiranyakashipu is doing all this, and that causes it's a kind of terrorist activity that causes a big problem to the not only demigods but everywhere in all the planetary system, not just for the local Janlok or Tablok, but everywhere this was felt. And so text 5, Chakshubhur Nadyo Danvantah Swadvipat Drishya Chalabhu Nipetu Sagrahasthara Jajwalo Lushya Disho Dashaha. Because of the power of his severe austerities, all the rivers and oceans were agitated. The surface of the globe, with its mountains and islands, began trembling, and the stars and planets fell. All directions were ablaze. There was such a big fire, and the stars means everywhere there was fire and heat and trembling. Even when some demons are born, even Earth shakes. Earth is such a big planet, but just like Ghatotkač, or when then Earth was shaking. And so many other demons, when they are born, Earth cannot handle those kind of personalities, and there is shaking. When Narasimha was very angry, all the planetary system, anger was so much that the earth was shaking, the place where he was there, it was shaking, and people there, so many demigods and Lakshmi ji and Brahma ji and Lord Shiva, and they all came to the site where Narasimha was in very, very anger mood. After killing Hiranyakashipu. Text number 6. Tena tattva divam tyaktva brahmalokam yayu suraha dhatre vigya payamasur deva deva jagatpate Daitendra tapasa tapta divisha shatum na shaknumaham. Scorched and extremely disturbed because of Hiranyakashipu's severe penances, all the demigods left the planets where they reside and went to the planet of Lord Brahma. So they could not even stay inside the home either. They went to their home in the beginning, but then they thought that home could also be damaged. So they went to Lord Brahma's place, who is the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. So they went there to get some shelter because they informed the creator as follows. Now they are talking to the Lord of Brahma. O Lord of the demigods, O Master of the universe, because of fire emanating from the Hiranyakashipu's head as a result of his severe austerities, we have become so disturbed that we could not stay in our planets but have come to you. So they are giving what is happening, and they were there to help. So whenever there is disturbance, they go to like Brahma, and they go to Lord Shiva. They all go to Shirodaksha, the Surah of the Kshirosagar, and they pray there. And they were like before birth of Lord Krishna. So they all go there. The earth becomes like the cow, form of the cow. So they all have to go to some higher place. The highest one is Krishna. So if you take shelter of Krishna, these are all expansion from Krishna, Shirodaksha, Vishnu. So they went to the Brahmaloka, and starting narrating what is happening in the lower planets. So now he will be later on. So they are describing to him what is happening. Tasya chopa shamam bhuman videhi yadi manyase lokana yavan nakshas shanti baliharas Tava Vibhu. O great person, chief of the universe, if you think it proper, kindly stop these disturbances, meant to destroy everything before all your obedient subjects are annihilated. They were all obedient, they are demigods, they followed, they knew that he is the topmost personality. So they went to him, and so whenever there is such big disturbances, they reach to Brahmaji or Shirodakshay Vishnu or Garbhodakshay Vishnu. That is the process. When there is problem in the even the country or where they reach to the topmost, like Prime Minister or others, so people have to go and complain that what is happening. So everybody could be at peace. So text number 8, Tashayam Kila Sankalpas Charato Duscharam Tapah Shruyatam Ina Viditas Ta Vathapi Niveditam. Hiranyakashipu has undertaken a most severe type of austerity. Although his plan is not unknown to you, kindly listen as we submit his intentions. So they are giving, because they are demigods, they could know what is in his heart. That Krishna knows as a Paramatma everything what is going on. So demigods also knew, and so they are telling Lord Brahma what is happening. Sastva characharam idam tapo yoga samadhina adhyaste sarvadishnebhya paramesti nijasanam tadaham vardhamanena tapo yoga samadhina kalatmanoscha nitya Vatsada ishe tathatmanaha. Translation. This is text number 9 and 10. So this is the first time that there is some purport, and that is also small. So the Supreme Person within this universe, Lord Brahma, has gotten his exalted post by dint of severe austerities. Mystic power and trance, these three things. Because of severe austerities, mystic power and trance. Because of this, he became, they are calling him Supreme Person of the universe within the, not Supreme Person of all the planets. Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna. He is Asamordha. Nobody is equal to him, nobody is greater than him. And he is also a Jiva soul. Usually there is a Jiva soul, and how this, and they are like, so little bit about Brahma will, and then we will go for more further purport. So there are Gunavatars. Brahma is Guna. There are three Gunas: mode of passion, ignorance, and goodness. So Brahmaji is Gunavatar of mode of passion, because he has to create and do very, very hard work. Whatever template are been given, they come with this Jiva soul. They come from Mahavishnu. By the breathing from the hair pores, and they come at this is beginning of the creation. And when they come, then Brahma, according to their what kind of modes they are in, what kind of their desires were, what kind of that they are, their qualification, what they have done in the past life. So like whatever they are thinking at the time of death. So they all are known to Brahma, and then for that he did lot of tapasya for 1,000 celestial years. Tapa. He heard this too. Before Tapa, he went and what is my source? He went into the lotus stem, inside which stem all the Brahmandas are there, including the Sumeru Parvat, upside down, conical. And so he went, but he could not find the source, which was all the way down in the below even the Patal Lok, in the Garbha ocean. So he could not find his source is the Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the lotus stem that comes out from the Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And there is a big lotus flower, and on the top of that is the residence of Brahma. So when Brahma still could not know what to do, he came up after going down without getting any result. Then he started again some tapasya, and he heard this word. And then Krishna came face to face. He shook his hand with Brahmaji. and gave him instruction what is his duty, what to do, how to do it, how to create the population, fill it up with all kinds of jivas, all 8.4 million species of life. So these are the dresses, 8.4 million dresses have been given to the jiva soul, and that is given by Brahmaji. But Brahma is not the source of the soul. Soul comes from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he expands into Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu breathes. But ultimately it is Mahavishnu also is a part and parcel of Krishna. Then Krishna expands into Balramji from the right side and left side. He expands into Radharani, and then Balramji expands into two Chaturvyu. That Chaturvyu is Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So that is from Balramji, this Chaturvyu. So this Sankarshan, he further expands. In the spiritual world, there are all the planets and Vaikuntha planets, and so that all comes from Sankarshan. And there is Narayan presiding deity, and so many planets are there. And then the second expansion, second Chaturvyu, is meant for the material world. This Sankarshan expands into Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu expands into Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Garbhodakshay Vishnu expands into Shirodakshay Vishnu. Shirodakshay expands into Ananta Shesh. And also so many Paramatma feature that is comes from Shirodakshay Vishnu. So Brahmaji did all this, and then he heard from the flute this Krishna. So flute is the, like you may say, that's a flute sound, and that sound is the Gayatri. Gayatri represents by the flute of the Krishna. He heard about Vedas or about Bhagavatam or about essential verses from Srimad Bhagavatam that was given to Brahma through the flute sound. And then Krishna left. So we were talking about Gunavatar, and Gunavatar, there are Brahma, that is Gunavatar, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Tina Gunavatar. Trivinangi Kari Kare, Srastyadi Vyavahar. That's by these three. So Vishnu, that is the Tritiya Purush, and Shiva, these are three. So they are Purushavatars and also Gunavatars. Also, Purush means the Supreme Personality of Godhead in three forms, but also because they represent the Gunas, they are called Gunavatar. So Purush, for three Purushavatar are these three, that is Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and Shirodakshay Vishnu. So this Dvitiya Purush, that is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he Srasti Sthiti. So they take this support of this Sattva Raja Tamogun. They take that in themselves, and that way. So these are the three Gunavatars. So they do, that is for Srasti Vyavahar, Srasti creation and their activities. And Lord Shiva is for mode of ignorance. He does this samhara, killing, and sthiti, maintenance, is done by Vishnu, and Srasti, that the creation of the Jiva soul, is done by Lord Brahma. So there are two kinds of Brahma, Jiv Koti Brahma, Bhakti Mishra, Krata Punya, Kona Jivottam, Rajo Gune Vibhavati Karitarman. So Garbhodakshay Vishnu, so Srasti Karta Brahma. And then there is Ishwar Koti Brahma, Jiva Brahma. And how Jiva Brahma happens? When if they do this Varnashram Dharma for 1,000 times, and then, no, 100 Janma, not just 1,000, only 100 lifetimes. If they follow very strictly according to the scriptures, then they could take the post of Brahma. So Brahma is a post. Brahma is not like a person. His name may be different. Like we may call him Vairaj Brahma. There are two. I will give the Vairaj Brahma. And there is Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Whereas Brahma, everybody demigods and they could see. Hiranyagarbha Brahma, only Krishna and they could see our Mahavishnu, but he is not seen by living beings. So when we go, that is Vairaj Brahma. And one is Hiranyagarbha Brahma. So in this way, if that kind of Brahma who has done, but along with this, there has to be devotional service. It's not that one follows the Varnashram Dharma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said it is external. Go someone, so he described more. But it is Varnashram Dharma means it is that what we follow when we call Dharma, that means a Varnashram Dharma. And that is to go to higher planets and enjoy in the higher, like Swargalok, Janlok, just for enjoyment. That is material. But when one does devotional service and any result of anything, whether it is Varnashram Dharma or any kind of Dharma you do, unless there is a bhakti, you cannot get the result. So bhakti definitely has to be there, is together. In Brahma Samhita, it has been said, Bhasman yashatma sakaleshu nijeshu teja suyam kiyat prakatayatyapi tadvadatra brahmaya eva jagadanda vidhana karta govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. Beginning Adipurush, it is all from Krishna, Govinda. And there is Ishwar Koti Brahma. And when there is no Jiva, Kona Kalpe Yadi Yogi Jiv Nahi Pai, Apane Ishwar Tabe Anshe Brahma Hai. Then that kind of Brahma that comes Ishwar Koti Brahma. We're reading text number 10, severe austerity, mystic power and trance. So consequently, after creating the universe, this is the glorification of Lord Brahma. He has gotten his exalted post by dint of severe austerity and mystic power and trance. So everybody has to do austerity. Not that without austerity one can gain something, but the simplest one made for the Kali Yuga Jiva is chanting the holy name of the Lord. So if we could do that and thinking ourselves very surrendered to Krishna, thinking very, very lowly or not very, so no command, no envy, all this calm, they are not there. So we'll talk a little bit about this envious nature. So consequently, after creating the universe, he has become the most worshipable demigod within the universe. And there are many, four-headed Brahma, it is the smallest Brahma. Then there are 1 billion-headed Brahma. So since I am eternal and time is eternal, I shall endeavor for such austerity, mystic power and trance for many births, and thus I shall occupy the same post occupied by Lord Brahma. So this is, I shall means it is, Hiranyakashipu is saying, Hiranyakashipu's determination was to occupy the post of Lord Brahma. But this is purport. But this was impossible because Brahma has a long duration of life. Is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Vidruhu 1000 yugas equal 1 day of Brahma. And the duration of Lord Brahma's life is extremely great. And consequently, it was impossible for Hiranyakashipu to occupy that post. Nonetheless, his decision was yes, let's put power. So, consequently, it was impossible for Hiranyakashipu to occupy the post. Nonetheless, his decision was that since the self, Atma, and time are both eternal, if he could not occupy that post in one lifetime, he would continue to execute austerities life after life, so that sometimes he would be able to do so. He would be able to, and then he thought of tricking Brahma that you make me immortal, and he says, I am not immortal. Brahmaji is saying. So he asked so many boons. That is something further that you will be reading, that how his plan to become immortal, what he did and what did he ask Lord Brahma. You may say, why Brahma gave him all that kind of boons? What is, he knew that he will terrorize, and he was terrorizing his own son also, who was a devotee. and he became a devotee because of chanting the name Hare Krishna or Krishna or whatever that Hiranyakashipu was, that parrot was chanting, and he started chanting in front. He was narrating to his wife that how one parrot came and disturbed, and then he came home. So we talked about, so this verse that has been quoted in this, the age of Brahma. So we'll talk about that. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form of the duration of Brahma's one day. 1,000 kalpas, 4 chaturyugis, they make, and then one kalpa and 1,000 kalpas like this. That is one day of Brahma, and such also is the duration of his night. Then he is 1 month, 1 year, 100 years. He lives for 100 years. About that. Bhagavad Gita, I'm just reading from Bhagavad Gita. It's 8:17. The duration of material universe is limited. It is manifested in cycles of kalpas. A kalpa is a day of Brahma. One day of Brahma is one kalpa. And one day of Brahma consists of 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas or ages. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. The cycle of Satya is characterized by, so there is different characteristics by virtue, wisdom, religion. So, and that is, so the Satya lasts for 1.7 billion, 1.728 billion years. Then this Treta Yuga, that is 1.2996,000, 1.296 million years. Then there is this Dwapar Yuga, 8.64 million years, and Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Kali Yuga voice is increased to such a point that at the termination of the Yuga, the Supreme Lord himself appears as Kalki Avatar. But real Avatar is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came just 525 years ago, and this Kalki Avatar is a kind of Shaktavashesh Avatar. It's not even the Supreme Lord, but he is empowered to kill all the nonsense people. And then create some people who hide in somewhere, the devotees who hide, then they appear and they progenate and they fill up the earth. So that is how this new creation, new within, so 1,000 times when it changes, then that is one day of Brahma, 1,000 kalpas. It's a very, very long period of time. And so it's a 311 trillion, 40 billion earth years. That is the, by earth calculation, that is the life of Brahma, 311 trillion, 40 billion years. So it is a very long life. And Hiranyakashipu knew that he cannot live for that long. So he wanted to become immortal and asking him this question. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifested state. They are unmanifest in the body of Mahavishnu. Then they are come out from the air force breathing. And thereafter, when the night falls, they are all merged into the unmanifested again. So at the end of the life of Brahma, all the living beings, there is a fire, all the creation is damaged. The creation, so everybody gets a chance. You may say, why there is so many times of creation? Because Krishna does not want to put living being, whether in hell or whatever condition, all the time. There has to be some changes. And nobody is eternal place is the spiritual kingdom. So we know, but unless there is some damage, some destruction, we have to come back again. We do not come to our senses. So Krishna is doing that, just like there is so much fire in California, but there are so many roots, seeds, they grow, but because of too much crowd, they cannot grow. So they let the fire grow, and then the new roots, they come out and become the tree again. So this is the cycle. We also grow, we are born, and then we grow for some time, then we stay together, we produce our byproduct, gradually there is dwindling and we die. That is the everywhere and everyone, whether it is Earth planet or some trees or plants or insects, somebody finish their life within few minutes even. But that is 100 years for them. Like some insects are there overnight. They grow also at that time. They produce their byproduct. They gradually dwindle and die. In Vrindavan, I was there. So many tiddy and the whole area was filled with the tiddies. And they have to take it in the big basket to throw it out. And then another birds and another predators, they eat that. So jive jivasya jiva. Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being. And with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are all helplessly annihilated. But that annihilation is not all the way Brahmalok, Janlok, Taplok. They are saved. They go all at the end of Brahma's life. So some planets, they go away, they are annihilated, but some, they come into existence. Here there is another unmanifest nature, which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in the world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So that is the spiritual kingdom, the spiritual world. That is always there. But it also has variegatedness. Whatever we see here, it's all contaminated. But in a pure form, all the jokes and every kind of things are there, because everything is a reflection. It is not pure of the spiritual world. So Prahlad Maharaj, I wanted to speak about a little bit about this envious nature. And he was very much, not only that he was envious, but he thought that my brother was killed by Vishnu. And Vishnu thrives with the yagyas. When we go, he eats what we offer to the yagyas. And Brahmanical culture, yagyas are performed by Brahmana. So let us kill all the Brahmana, finish all the Brahmanical culture, finish all the ritualistic Vedas and certain books. Also, there is a need of ghee, so let us kill the cows. So in this way, he created so much terrorists that if none of these are there, then Vishnu will get very weak and he will die automatically. So that was his plan. And then he was doing all these things. So that question is being asked by Yudhishthir Maharaj to Narad Muni. These are the description. What we are reading is between Narad Muni and Brahmaji. How did Lord Vishnu, who is equal and dear to all, take side with Indra and kill the demon? As if he were biased. Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami. The Lord killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu as Vara and Narsimharas to favor Indra. Indrari Vyakulam Loke Varadayanti Yoge Yoge. You may say that why Indra is doing so much mistakes and why he is being favored by the Supreme Lord. Because he was appointed by Krishna or Brahma, but he was appointed in this service of all this. So naturally he has to be protected. Just like when 4 Kumaras, they came to the 7th gate and they stopped there. The 7th Dwarpal, Jay and Vijay stopped there. That was the plan of Lord, the Supreme Lord. And because of that plan, he protected us. Whatever they are doing, and they curse them to go down. So they said that yes, they will accept it. I also agree, whatever you are, that is correct. So that is the plan of the Lord, to fight. To whom he could fight? With his own devotees. So he sent his devotees. So it is like as if he is partially towards the demigod and inimical towards the demons. But Krishna is not inimical towards the demons. Neither he is partial. He is partial to his devotees. He wants to protect his devotees. Devotees are like expansion of Krishna, and he always takes care of them. So if we do proper activity like chanting the holy name, taking prasad only, or spreading Krishna consciousness, bringing the forgotten souls back to Krishna, giving them Krishna consciousness. It's a very, very high activity. Book distribution. So what Prabhupada or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did very, very beautifully. Some substance of all the Goswamis, all the way parampara from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that has been given to us, and we are also part of this ISKCON, that is very, that we are very fortunate, and we should use this opportunity of human life to develop Krishna consciousness and do the activity that one will develop if they practice the tenets of Krishna consciousness. The best is chanting the holy name, book distribution, building temples, bringing people, like Prabhupada built so many temples that who will come underneath a tree? We could spread or chant. He was chanting in the beginning, but who will come? So that's why there was beautiful temples, beautiful deities, beautiful dresses. The ISKCON is known as decorating the deities to the topmost level and following all the rules and regulations. So there is, like, Krishna is not like he's killing Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakashipu. It is not that he's partial. By this killing, they are elevated. They go back home, or at least like this, the Shishupal. He entered the body. His head was cut. He entered the body of Krishna. So by entering in the body of Krishna means he's liberated from this all the material entanglement. Narad Muni cursed Nal, Kuber and Manigriv, but they became the trees at the court of Lord Krishna, and that way they were able to observe the pastimes of childhood pastimes of Krishna. So anybody, whether it is devotees or whether it is Krishna, their curse is also a boon. One should not think that they get angry and curse. So there was, and this chivalrous activity, fighting, all these 5 kinds of rasas and 7 kinds of secondary rasas, they're all there in Krishna. And we also become sometimes angry and all this, but that is in pure form. Everything that you get has to be utilized by for service to Krishna, not for our own. So a little bit about envious nature that I would like to speak about this envy. Envy is a competitor, competitor of Krishna consciousness. Means either you become Krishna conscious or you become envy. If you become envy, you cannot. Only you could be liberated by non-enviousness alone is liberation. From envy comes all other things. If you are envious of somebody, oh, he has done so much party or feed so much and so much donated, I will give more. In this way, they become, because of the envious nature. Sometimes there was sunk and the pole sunk. It's a long story, but so envy causes our bondage in the material world. Endowed with full faith and devotion, listen to the life work of Sri Chaitanya, cast aside envy and let your mouth sing Hari Hari. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And there is some what this envy means. And so when we say Dharma Project Kaitavatra Paramo Nirmat Saranam Satam, one has to be non-envious to get favor of Krishna, understand Krishna. So this Bhagavatam is meant for non-envious people, otherwise you won't be able to understand or grasp that. Those persons who are without envy, and they could execute their duties according to my injunctions, and who follow this teaching faithfully without envy, because become free from bondage of fruitive actions. These are all verses from Bhagavad Gita. Those who out of envy disregard these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, befooled and ruined in their endeavors for perfection. Yatva etat adhyasuyanto. This is in 332 verse. He who does not envy, who is satisfied with gain, which comes out of its own accord. That is the formula. That according to our destiny, whatever we get, you should be satisfied. And we should not make so much endeavor, ugra karma, to have 1 job, 2 jobs, so much. By ugra karma, there is hardly any time, and we cannot perform a Krishna consciousness. We will always be agitated. Our mind would not be quiet. So we should be free from this duality. Heat, cold, we should be steady. Yash, apyash, hani, laugh, jivan, maran. whatever it comes, then we should tolerate them. Godly men are free from envy. The Krishna is saying fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence. So these are the in 16th chapter, the quality of a devotee. What are there? So lust, what happens from envy comes lust, anger, greed, pride, everything they arise. Just like from when you are chanting purely, then from name, when you are then come, you could see the Naam, Roop, you could see the form of the Lord, then Leela of the Lord, then you could see from entourage of the Lord or his pastime. You could see everything just in the name itself. Same thing if you are envious, then all this Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mada, Matsari, they also come into the picture. So one should be very careful not to be envious of anybody. In the spiritual world, there is no envy. And the Paramahansas is free from envy. And this is the mode of darkness that one becomes. Devotional service executed by a person who is envious, proud, violent, and angry, and who is a separatist, is considered to be in the mode of darkness. Agyan Timirandash. So again, but darkness is there, but it needs knowledge. And that knowledge, Asatoma, Sadgama, Tamsoma, Tamas is darkness. Jyotirgama means by the knowledge he gives you. Guru opens your eyes. Jnananjana Shalaka. Shashurunu Nitamyena. One who is conducted by the false ego and thus always distressed, both mentally and sensually, cannot tolerate the opulence of the self-realized persons. Being unable to rise to the standard of self-realization, he envies such persons, as much as demons envy the supreme personality of Godhead. So become clearly demonic, and all these things become lust and greed and everything that comes. It can be envy, can be diminished by taking the blessings and dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotees. And anger and envy, they are produced. Kali. Maitreya Muni is telling, told Vidur, O great soul, from Dambha and Maya, we are born greed and Ikrati or cunning. From the combination came children named Krodha, anger, and Hinsa, envy. Matsarya is envy. And from their combination were born Kali and his sister Durukti, harsh speech. So all suffering arise due to enviousness. So anyway, Hiranyakashipu is very, very jealous when he wanted to kill Vishnu. And you know from Prahlad many, many stories that we are spoiling our life. We are not following the instruction given by Prahlad Maharaj or given in the Bhagavatam. And we should act everything for service to Krishna. Even whatever, it does not take anyone, whatever condition they are in, they could take to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, Krishna is like Bhakti Rani is completely independent. It does not depend how pious, how impious you were. And if you act everything for put Krishna in the center, and whatever you do, your family care, it is as part of service to Krishna. That is given a certain duty to this. That is my dharma, to take care of the family, wife, earning, everything could be encompassed if you put Krishna in our center of life. So that's the easy way for us to become Krishna conscious. Otherwise, you will always cry, I don't have time. But even you take care of children, it is still Krishna consciousness, because he is part of Krishna and you are taking care as your duty. Not that it is my child and my blood is flowing. If we have me and mine, then we are entrapped. So when we become Krishna conscious, we have a higher consciousness. We should try for the higher enjoyment of the life, which is a spiritual enjoyment, not material. Material things dwindle, they finish. And how we can, that is spiritual enjoyment be achieved? One should absorb himself in serving the Supreme Lord, who gives the pleasure of liberation. We should turn our attention to the achieving the lotus feet of Krishna, who can give us liberation from this material world. So anyway, there are many things that could be talked, and so there are 9 verses that we covered. About envy we discussed about Vairaj Brahma. There's 2 kinds of Brahma that we discussed: Hiranyagarbha Brahma, Jiv Koti Brahma, and there is Ishwar Koti Brahma. Both do the same function. Like sometime, if there is no home minister or chief of the military, then the chief minister or prime minister takes those positions and he runs. And same thing the spiritual kingdom. So everything we have here is a reflection from the, here it is impure form, but reflection from the spiritual world. So thank you so much. I will end here, but if there is any questions or any comments or any discussions, we can go through that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That was very wonderful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for a nice instructive class. Yeah, I could say something else. Okay. So, Prabhuji, you were saying about the 2 types of Brahma. I didn't get it properly. Can you just explain? Two types of Brahma you were saying, right?
Yes. Vairaj Brahma and Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Hiranyagarbha Brahma, only higher personalities like Vishnu or they could talk to him. But Vairaj Brahma is regular. See, the Brahma is a post, Indra is a post, Varun is a post, Agni is a post, Sun is a Surya, but Vaivashvat is his name. So that is, these are the posts. These posts are given, our appointment is done by Mahavishnu, or they appoint these people, or Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So they are appointed, and they have to take care by Krishna's fear. They come and they do their duties properly. They come in time. So these are 2 kinds of Brahmas. Different names are there, and that is given by Krishna himself, and he protects this post. He protects Indra also. Indrari Vyakulam, Loke Mradayanti Yogi Yogi, Ishvara Parama. So Krishna, Ete chance Kalapansha, Krishna's to Bhagwan. Indrari Vyakulam Loke Mradayanti Yogi Yogi. So these are just the name. Okay. Any other question?
Okay, Prabhuji. So, yeah, Shubhakar Krishna Prabhu, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Samik Rishi Prabhu. Fantastic class, Prabhuji. Prabhu, this Hiranyakashipu, though he was inimical with Krishna, but these are all actually Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They both were Jai Vijay, and they really wanted Krishna to enjoy the Veera Ras, no? They came to fulfill the desire. So actually, they were not inimical. It was a drama, and like all planned. Krishna wanted, and they came and did it, man. No,
yes,
he was not
inimical. But he was not. But they were acting completely from in and out. Not that they were just like the actor does. That is completely different. That actor is different, but they fight also. But here they had no mentality. They felt that they are the enemies. The Vishnu killed my brother, or I will kill him. So there is a feeling from inside and outside they were acting. It's not like this Bhishma Pitama, the arrows. So he was really feeling the pain of those arrows. He could tolerate that is different. So any time, so those are like when this Dantavakra and Shishupal, he is giving from his bottom of his heart, shouting to Krishna and giving those more than 100 of times that he, for each one, the punishment should be, he should have been killed. But he tolerated that because Krishna promised
his mother.
Mausi. Yeah, mother, sister. So he did that. So these are not a show. The cinema and there the actors are showing. But here it is actually it is there. Okay.
But Krishna wanted to take them back fast. That's why he made it only 3 lives. No, actually the
Right.
curse was for 7 lives.
To become devotees. But Krishna did not want to that they become devotees. They are already devotees.
Yeah.
So why they have to be? Yeah. So he wanted them to fight. Whom he could fight? Only through his devotees. Krishna, when he comes, he brings his entourage of devotees also with him. Like Radha Rani and so many devotees and all the gopis and gopas and queens of Dwarka, they all come from the spiritual world. They are not product of this material world.
So that means this Trinavarta, Putana, they are all devotees only, no? Because Krishna will not kill any non-devotee. Krishna will touch only a devotee. So they are all actually from the spiritual world, they were all devotees only. All the people Krishna killed.
No, not that everybody was devotee. No. They were demons. So there are demons. They were demons sent by Kansa, and they are very, very powerful. And it's not Krishna who kills them. It is within Krishna. There is Vasudeva. So within Krishna, see, there was the two. One was born of Devaki and Vasudeva. That is called Vasudeva. He left, and this Vasudeva entered the body when Krishna comes. Krishna comes in a day of Brahma. Means 1000 Chaturyogi. But that is Krishna, original Krishna. But Nanu, that is born from Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, eternal parent. But this Vasudeva and Devaki are not eternal parent. They did so much tapasya and 3 times they got the moon. But that Vasudev's son Vasudev, and he comes out like he is the one who is killing all this. Krishna only plays with his devotees. He just enjoys. He has nothing to do. Krishna has no duty to do anything. So this killing business.
So Krishna is Nandanandan, Yashoda's son is Krishna,
yes,
no?
Nandanandan, Yashoda.
The other one, Vasudeva Krishna, is the person who is killing, who is four-handed. 400,
right. Sometimes they could have 2 hands, 400. In Vraj, always 200. In Mathura and Dwarka, sometimes 200, sometimes 400. When he is in Dwarka, or at most of the time 400.
So Krishna who fought the Mahabharata war, it was Vasudeva Krishna only, no? Real Krishna is always staying only in Vrindavan, never comes out.
Right.
So the Bhagavad Gita was given by Vasudeva Krishna. Bhagavad Gita was spoken.
Right. But see, they are not different. It is just for particular place and time they give it. But it is all coming. We should not think that they are separate completely.
Right.
Only for that particular purpose, that Krishna expands into that, just like Maryada Purushottam Lord Ram. Although it is Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyamena Tistan Nana Avatar. So he comes as Ram, but only limited, like he does not have the same feature, same thing as Lord Krishna. Krishna is the original person, source of all the incarnations.
So all duty bound, they came as a duty bound.
Yeah, for that particular part, they appear and they come. But they all enjoy. Krishna is the enjoyer. He enjoys through everybody.
But we all should pray to go to Nandanandan Krishnan and go to the Goloka, not Vasudev, not the Chaturum.
If somebody has inclination to go to people with Shantaras, they may like to go and become equal in opulence, Sarsti, all 5 different kinds of this mukti.
No. We want to go to Goloka only, where Krishna is there and with Balram and Radharani.
You are intelligent and topmost, so you are thinking of going to Goloka Vrindavan.
We need your blessings, Maharaj. Bless all of us, your Prabhupada disciple, so you can bless us.
Your blessing is always there.
Because Prabhupada is our grandfather, your grandfather's son. So you are like our Guru Maharaj's brother, you are. So you are like our J2.
Whatever you say, okay. So if anybody has any comments or questions.
Maharaj, jara Ashirvad de dijiye na, Ashirvad dijiye ek baar, please.
Please give me also blessings. So I could.
How will I bless you? I am your son, Maharaj. मैं आपका बेटा हूँ.
ठीक है, so Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So this conversation was good. So I just want to ask something. So for killing Jay Vijay, they took 3 birds, right? So Ravan, Kumbhakarn, and Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, then Shishupala and Dandavakra. All the 3 birds. So the other Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, and Ravan and Kumbhakarnan, they were killed by Narasimhadev and Lord Ram. So which means they are Vasudeva Krishna or Krishna himself? Because we see in Mahabharata that Shishupal was there, means was killed by Krishna himself, right? So how to understand this?
That was Vasudeva Krishna.
The
All
other
killing
2
people.
nations are Vasudeva Krishna.
Killing work only they will do. Vasudeva Krishna. Maharaj told no. Killing work only was Krishna will only play with Radharani.
Okay, fine. So then, so as per the discussion which went on, so I understood is Krishna is there in Vrindavan, so only Vasudeva Krishna has come out and he's residing in Dwaraka and Mathura. So all this annihilation. Okay, fine. Thank you.
So Maharaj, this Putana, everybody is killed by Vasudeva Krishna. No? Krishna will never come and kill. It's only Vasudeva Krishna will do all the killing part.
Right. Okay. But we
Thank
should
you,
not
Prabhu.
differentiate too much between
We should
Krishna
not.
and
Okay. Understood.
Vasudeva,
Understood.
and they
It's
all
same.
respond from Krishna.
Same.
Certain part of
Okay.
Krishna. Okay.
Okay,
We
Prabhu.
should
Okay.
not
Thank you.
differentiate between
There is one
so
more
many
hand
jivas.
raised.
They are also part of Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Right.
Okay.
So there are 2 hand raised. Radha
Hare
Jyoti
Krishna.
Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you. Hare Krishna Maharaj Ji, Dandavat Pranams to you. And my question to you is, Hiranyakashipu, we saw that, means we'll see that Lord Narasimha will be there, and he will, the anger will be, we see that there is an anger in him, that will be reflected. So, but he is above all 3 gunas. Then how one should understand that his anger is divya, is a transcendental, it's not a mundane thing? Because being a non-devotee, they look at it like Lord also had his anger, Lord also kills. So we are not able to make them in understand in the layman terms. No, this anger is completely entirely different. So could you please teach on this? Hare Krishna.
Hiranyakashipu's anger was not transcendental. It was
No,
material. He wanted to become like Brahma, although he is a
Lord's
Dwarpal.
anger.
Yeah, but
Lord's
it is.
anger.
Oh, Lord's anger.
Narasimhadevas.
Yeah. That is transcendental anger. With
Yeah.
angry mood. When you kill somebody, there has to be some angry person, like Ram was angry on Ravan. He kidnapped his wife. So naturally there is, but those anger is not, it is to liberate him. It is to benefit that Ravan. He could become free. It is not like us. We become angry for our selfishness. But here Lord is not selfish. Lord is doing this Leela and pastime and bringing him back ultimately after 3 births to his own place. And whenever Lord is doing it, is that anger is divya. You could also have divya anger, like Hanuman was very angry on Ravan and then he burned everything and he killed his 2 of the sons also. So that anger we cannot say, that is in service to Krishna. Nijendriya Priti Vancha Tar Naam Kam, and Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Tar Naam Prem. So Krishna, his devotees, they always do, they could use all these things. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, everything you could use in Krishna's service. Just like Hanuman used his anger.
But we when we see Lord, then there is his frightful face. So we cannot find out that it's a transcendental. His act is a transcendental when we see him. So the very first impression what the non-devotees will have, or they will ask this question, like Lord also is representing all these features. So how to defend them?
Okay. One, you have to see the result. What is his purpose behind? Also, you have to see the scripture. You have to hear from bona fide spiritual master in Parampara what they are saying. Anger is there. Yes, his facial expression, everything is there. Like when even Krishna went on to like towards Bhishma, he was very angry. He lifted up the wheel and ran towards. But that was a chivalrous activity. Bhishma wanted to see this. He wanted to fulfill the desire of his own devotee. So any time that Krishna acts, it is always for the benefit. It is not for his selfishness. Why Krishna would be selfish? Why? It does not fulfill his any particular material desire. He is not material at all. He is spiritual. He is the completely 100% Satchidananda Ananda Vigraha. But those emotions are there in all the living beings. How we will become angry? We could become angry for ourselves, for our selfishness, or we could become angry to serve Krishna, just like Hanumanji did it. So the purpose has to be seen, what is behind, why somebody is angry. So like Krishna did not become angry. He took the earth down, Hiranyaksh, and then he was fighting. So he fulfilled his desire, but it was not to, he could have done this killing and this just by his imagination, by his thought, he could kill all this. But he placed this all this. So by singing those leelas of Krishna, we could become free from entanglement in the material world.
Oh, thank you so much. Eternally grateful to you. I'll look into your answer. The purposes I don't know. I'll read thoroughly and get back to you next time. Hare Krishna.
They do that. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Jagai Madai also is Jai Vijay. Jagai Madai.
Yes. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in a day of, when Krishna comes, he also comes in a day of Brahma, 1000 Chaturayugi. So they also came to help him in his pastimes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Radharaman Prabhuji, please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanupraham, Jeshupad. Very nice class, very nice question answers. Yeah, the Mataji was saying about like why Krishna gets angry. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Dhan karma cha divyam, right? So everything Krishna is doing, his birth, his activities are all divine.
Everything is there, yes.
Yeah, it's for delivering the pious and annihilating the miscreants. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. Very nice class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Anita Mataji, actually, Manmohan Prabhu also raised the hand, but he put it off. Can you call him Manmohan Prabhu? Manmohan.
Manmohan Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. I just wanted to just clarify. There's one thing that all the virtuous qualities. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Maharaj. I just have one thing. All the virtuous qualities, like all the good things which a devotee should have, come from Krishna. Then you talked about envy. Like how come envy is like, what is envy? Like, is it the absence of good quality, or how does one, like, it comes naturally also? Like, if somebody in a family is envious of somebody, so like you said that it is the biggest obstacle in the path of devotion, and like where does this envy arise from? It should be having some seeding should be there.
The world, it is where there it is in pure form. In the material world, it is perverted. Envy is like it burns us. This jalan or envious nature, that is very dangerous, and it is everything comes from Krishna. That is for sure. That nothing, but it comes when we act in a wrong way, do not follow the rules and regulation of Krishna consciousness. You become completely materialistic, lusty. Then all these things they come.
So you say like it is the absence of non-enviousness, or is it like where does the seeding come from? Like suppose if everybody in the family is in a path of devotion, but somebody is having some kind elements of envy, like where does like this
comes? See, as I said, it is a perverted reflection, everything from Krishna's place, from Golok Vrindavan. So we are in a certain mood, our thoughts, desires, what we want to have. But when we do to fulfill our sense gratification, then it is material. When do it for Krishna, then it is pure. Anything that we have to do, we have to do for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay? I have to offer arti. So thank you so much. It's
Okay.
almost 7 o'clock. So I should run.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
देवेभ्यो नमो नमः
जय श्री प्रभु
जय
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 प्रभु जी की
जय हो
Hare Krishna.